This conference will now be recorded.
Hi, hello all. Welcome to the next session on SAP ABAP. And in the last two classes, we have discussed about what exactly the SAP and what is ABAP and what is the architecture of SAP. And also we have seen some of the ABAP thumb rules. What are the rules we need to follow when we are going to build the ABAP programming, and also the formula. So whenever you want to build in a program, you need to think about the what is input and what is processing logic and what is output. In the last class, we have seen some of the output statements, and here you can see the output statement. The first statement is the write statement. So if you want to print the data on the screen, we are going to use the write statement like this. And also, if you want to apply the colors, we are going to use the format color. And there are different color codes. Okay, format color is the keyword, and if you want to apply the color codes starts from 1 to 7. Okay, so there are different colors. One color, another is I don't remember that colors. You need to just try what is the color 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7. So not only this, we have another output statement. One is the u line, another one is the v line, and another one is the skip. So these are also some of the output statement. And suppose if you want to print underline, we are going to use the u line. If you want to print the vertical line, so we are going to use the v line statement. And skip also one more statement. Suppose if you want to skip the two lines, we are going to use the skip statement. So that's the output statements which we have in the ABAP. And let's go and implement these output statements. So this is the SAP GUI where we can access the SAP applications and SAP user, and password is SAP change it. Yeah, India 1234, I alone caps, and yeah. So now it's 123 only. Okay, no. Actually, whenever you set the password, once you relog in again, it is going to ask the new password actually. Okay, so maybe this time I'm going to put without a caps INDIA 1234. INDIA 1234. So without a caps I did. So no caps, all are the small letters only. And if you want to build an ABAP program, what is the transaction code? SE38 is the transaction code, and we are going to build. So if you want to start, suppose if I give like this, and when I create it, it doesn't accept. SAP doesn't accept. Why? Because so the letters A to X, the first letter you can see here, it's an F. So A to X are reserved for the SAP. And if you want to create your own program, you need to start with the program with Z or Y. Z or Y, you need to start it. So SAP doesn't accept. So our program is first I need to start with Z, and my naming convention EDZ and 8. So this is our program. It's my second program, maybe output statements. So this is a program for the output statement, and click on create. And this is the title. So whenever you provide in a title, so whenever you execute this program, you are going to get this title in the title bar. So demo for output statements, executable program, and save it in the local object. And yesterday we have seen some statement, right? And so maybe this time I will put welcome to SAP world. So I did an a yeah. Wait. I completely understand your curiosity. So wait for some time. So I'm going to do first we need to save the program, control S, and you need to check. And yeah, the statement is not complete and period is missing, so every above statement must end with a period. So you need to keep in a period, guys. And now there is no syntax errors found. So after the syntax errors, you need to activate the program. So now we have saved it. Whenever we save it, so the program will be available in the memory only. So in the application layer itself, the architecture, right? So we have presentation layer and application layer and database layer. So the program will be available in the application layer only. So it will be saved in the RAM level. So when you do the activation, so the program will be stored in the database layer. Suppose if you want to prove that, maybe I will go to the table. This is the transaction code to access the table values, and TRDIR. This is the database table, and maybe I will give the program name here. So I'll give the program name and execute it. Yeah, it is saved in the database table. And did I activated before? No, right? Actually, it should not be in the database layer. So maybe the status will be different here. So source and yeah, status. Here there is no status. And maybe if you activate this program, so here you can see there will be a status. Uh, I think this is another program. So whenever you activate this program, the program will be available in the database layer, guys. And this is my print command or output command. Maybe if you want to apply the colors, we can apply the colors. Format color. Maybe yesterday I have applied. Maybe we'll see from the one, and my color is one here. And activate the program, and now you see there is a name, sky blue color. Here you can see welcome to the SAP world. Next, what I am going to do is I am going to write. This is my one more output, and I am going to print this output and execute now. Now you can see, sorry. So the two statements are printed in the side by side. The two statements are printed in the side by side. Suppose if you want to print this statement in the next line, you need to use the slash, guys. So slash you need to use. When you do the slash, this next statement, this statement will be printed on the next line. So now you can see execute, the second statement comes into the next line. And also here you can see there are two statements, right and right statement. So I am writing one keyword two times, multiple times. I am writing one keyword multiple times. So you should not write like this. So I need to group together. I need to group these two statements. If I want to group these two statements, what I am going to do is just take out this statement. And here, if you want to group the statements in ABAP, so you need to use the color, guys. You need to use the color. So now you can see, and also, so I have a one keyword. So the keyword which I have used, which is not ended, because I have one more statement as well. I have one more statement as well. So this statement is not ended. This statement is not ended. In English, if the statement is not ended, which symbol you are going to use? In the English, yeah, perfect. Here also, that's why I told ABAP is an English like language. So here the statement is not ended. So that's why I keep the comma, and I have one more statement, guys. That's why we use the comma if it is not ended. And if you want to group the same kind of keywords, we are going to use the colon, and in the end we are going to use the period, guys. So are you clear? Okay, so execute and activate, and here you can see welcome to the output is same. The output is same, but the way of writing the code is different over here, guys. And if you see here, and one more thing, and maybe I would like to print in between a underline. So in between a underline, how can I print? Maybe I can go here and I can print an a. So there are some system keywords, guys. If you want to print underline, so there is an assign u line. This is the command which we need to use it, and maybe this should be a slash underline, and here you can see. So welcome to SAP. There is an underline, horizontal line, which we have printed. Okay, these are all the some of the simple statements, simple output statement, guys. But here, what I am talking here only the hard coded values. I have an a hard coded values. Here you can see I'm printing in a hard coded values. So normally we don't print the hard coded values. So we will be having in a dynamic data. So if you want to have in a dynamic data, if you want to have in a dynamic data, so we are going to use the data objects, guys. So we are going to use the data objects. And so if you want to have in a data objects, and in every programming language, there are different kind of data types, guys. There are different kind of data types, and so I have data type here, and a code and a description, and maybe default length and a default value. And so my concept here is data types. So from here it's very important. So data types. So these are all these uh, data types are used for the used for the mm, used uh, to refer the data objects. Data types doesn't have any memory allocation. If 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 we need memory allocation, we need to have data objects. We need to have a data objects, guys. So there are different kind of data types we have. So the data types are so so here you can see I am giving some example. A B C D. What is this, guys? So what is this? What is this? Huh? Yeah, perfect. So this is a character types, alphabets. Okay. So this normally what we will call this alpha alpha alphabet, right? And what is this? What is this? Huh? Yeah, numerics, numerics. I can say even integer also, right? And also numeric and integer. Yeah, what is this? Keyboard. What is this? Yeah, yeah, special. I can say special characters. Special characters. I have. What is this? Yeah, perfect. Decimals. Normally, we will use the decimals. Where we will use the decimals? Tell me where we will use the decimals. Normally, where we are going to use the decimals? Where we are going to use the decimals? It's a real-time example, guys. Where we will use the decimals? Price, right? Price. The decimals will have very importance, right? Maybe in Indian rupee, the price decimals we doesn't have any, not that much, but even that is also valuable. But in US, let's take an example of decimals will have a lot of importance because it's in a use currency, and we need to consider the decimals as well. And also, next, tell me, apart from decimals, where we will have the decimals? Even quantities also we will be having decimals, right? So 1.5 kg, even 1.5, it's not a zero point 0.5 kg is also will have a lot of values. So if you go to the gold shop, so the decimals also very, very important, right? So it's a normally currency and quantity fields, we are going to use the decimals. So this can be achieved. Maybe I can say it's a normal, this is the data which we are going to use it, guys. And next is the 2208 2019. What is this? Huh? What is this? Huh? It's a date. Next we have 08 and 42.00. What is this? This is a time, guys. And uh, and okay, this is all the sum of the data. I'm talking about data, not the data type here. So what kind of data we can see? We can see in the real time. Maybe sometimes I can have like this as well. So I can have sometimes I may get the data with the combination of alphabets and numerics, and also sometimes I may get the special symbols as well, special symbols as well. And also, yeah, this is the different various kind of data we may see in the real world. So to handle this, we need to have reference, we need to have the data types. So the data types are, and we have, so we have different kind of data types to handle this data. So first one is the character, and the code. The code is the C type. C is the character type data format, and it's a default default value and default length, guys. Default value and default length. So default length, sorry, default value is the space, case. When you define a field with the type of character, the default value is the space, and the default length is the one. By default, it is going to assign the length a one character. And so what kind of values we can store? What kind of values we can store? We can store alphabets. You can store, even it will accept the numbers, and it will accept the special characters. So three things it will accept. If you define a type of the character, it accepts the alphabets, it accepts the numbers, even it accepts the special characters. That's a name character type data type. That's a character type data type, guys. Next we have numeric. This the code is the n, and the default is, I think it's space, and default length is 1, and it stores only numbers. It stores only numbers, guys. And next one is the integer. Integer, the code is the I, and default value is 0, guys. Default value is the 0 for the integer, and default length is, it's a 4-byte memory. It's a 4-byte memory, and it is going to accept the values. So there is a range, guys, plus to something to the minus something 2 plus something. I didn't exactly remember this name. If I see the system, I will show this exact number. So no need to remember this. Okay. So there is a plus 2 series and 9 numbers to the minus to the 9 numbers. So it starts with the 2 series, and that is an integer capability. And integer will accept negative values as well, both positive as well as negative values. Okay, so here you can store uh, it will store the numbers. It will store the numbers, guys. And next one is maybe next one is I want decimals. Okay, so decimals, the exact name is the packed decimals. Decimals, the data type is the packed decimal and type is the p, and by default is the 0.00, guys. So the default value is 0, and with the 2 decimals it is going to give it. That is a default value for the packed decimal, and the default length is the 16 uh, 16 numbers plus 2 decimals plus 2 decimals, and it will accept the decimals. It will accept the decimals, guys. That's a packed decimal. And we have different types of data types. And the next one is the default value, default length. Okay, default value and default length, and what kind of value. So we have seen different types. One is the character type and the numeric type and integer and a packed decimal. And next we have the important one is the date, and type is the D, and the default value will be 0 0 0 0 0 and 0. Okay, and default length is 8, and it will accept the numbers. And guys, so we need to talk about some important points about the date, guys. Okay, so I have a date field. Okay, in India I will mention the date like this: 22 and 08. Maybe today is the 2019. And in US they store 08 month first and next date maybe 2019. And some people will use a different separator: 20/08 and 2019. And some people will use 20/08 and 2019. So there are different formats in the world based on the different countries and as well as the different users. So the format is different for the different users and the different countries. So if I store these values in the database level, so if I store with the same output values in the database level, suppose when I want to convert the data, it is very difficult. We need to, it's a laborious task, and we need to write a lot of logic to handle the date things, guys. So for that reason what SAP did is SAP has stored the date value. Here you can see there is a separator, right? So SAP has stored the date value without a separator. And also the internal format SAP will store the dates as YYY and MM and DD, guys. YYY and MM and DD. That's why now tell me what is the length of this. Tell me what is the length of this. 8, guys. See, calculate what is the length also you should know. Maybe senior students, please don't tell the answers. So here the first year, the this is the basic fundamentals we should understand. So here the length means 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 guys. So this is the length calculation. So that's why the default length for the date is the 8 characters. And also the output, the output will be, it's based on user settings and country specific settings. So whenever you do the output, maybe I set my date format as my Indian date format. Maybe my format with periods I have set. So here you can see 2019, and someone set with a slash. So it will display based on their user settings. Someone set month first and date first and 2019. It will display, SAP automatically it will display based on the user settings, but always in the internally in the database level, the date will be stored with a 8 length character format guys. That's the date format. Okay, now tell me what exactly the time and what exactly the time format. Tell me what exactly the time format. Time. Now tell me what exactly the time format. Maybe I will take the example for the time 08 and 53, maybe some 30 seconds. And now tell me what is the default length for the time. So this is my time format and it's my time, and tell me what is the default length for the time. Perfect answer, it says sorry 6, and the default is the 6 zeros, 1 2 3 4 5, 5 and 6, and 6 is the uh, things, it's also numbers. Okay, so this is the time format and date format. So SAP stores the time with the 6, but the internal format also we should discuss. So the internal format is simple HH, minutes, SS, that's it. Okay, this is the time format SAP is going to store internally guys. Next one is, so some kind of sometimes, so I am going to get the data like this. So I never know. So maybe sometimes uh, my employee name guys, my employee name equal to maybe uh, Veera Venkata Satya Narayana Raju. So this is the one of the employee name. Okay, so maybe, so I know what exactly the limit of the employee names. Maybe if not sufficient, maybe I can give in a shortcut. Okay, tell me what is the length of this. Huh? Can we calculate? 1 and 2 and 3, these are foundations guys, very important. Okay, so these foundations are very important to write the programs. Okay, so we are discussing the foundations, so you should understand this concept. What is the length here? 1 2 3 4 5. Can I calculate space or not? Can I calculate space or not? Yes, you need to calculate the space as well. So that is also one character. And 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Maybe if you have another big name also, maybe not more than, maybe I can imagine that I can give an 80 length. I can give a 80 length maximum. Maybe I can store this value. 80 length is more enough for me for a name. But I have a story, movie story. Okay, maybe I am using a software for the film industry. So this is my story, guys. This is my story, and I don't know what is the length of the story. Some movies will be half an hour, some movies will be 1 hour, some movies will be 2.5 hours. So how can I store this? I don't know what exactly the values which I am getting. So how do I store these values? So I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes I may get 2 KB memory, sometimes I may get 4 KB memory, sometimes I may get 8 KB memory. I don't know. So that kind of things. So we are going to use the string is the data type, guys. String is the data type, and code also we need to define with string only. And default value is the space, and default length is it's an a variable length, guys. Variable length. Variable length, guys. In the string, I can store the alphabets. I can store the numbers. I can store the special characters. So this is the string data type, guys. Sometimes I don't know what the length which is coming in. That time I am going to use the string. That time we are going to use the string, and also we have x string, and x string is used for the binary formats. So this is my 0 1 and 1 is the binary format, and we are going to use this for the binary data. And normally we will use this for the to um, to upload images and PDF, and also some kind of images and PDFs, that kind of information. And also for the encryption and decryption, we are going to use the X strings. Encryption and decryption, we are going to use the X strings, guys. So this the some of the data types, guys. Some of the data types. Maybe what happened? Default values are 0 1 and 1. Internally it's in a 0 and 1. So what is the binary format? In the mathematics we have learned in the mathematics, right? Binary 0 and 1. So that's the binary format. Okay. 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 uh, it is going to take some random values, guys. I never seen. So always the binary will be, you cannot read it. So you cannot read it, that it will be like this. The values you can see like this whenever you use the binary. So it's the display format is different and internal format is different. So that's why I did not specify what exactly the value. It's a random number like this, x678 and z56 and like this, and x. Whenever you use x string, it is going to give this kind of value, encrypted values it is going to give it. So that's why it doesn't know what exactly the value. I didn't give any default value. Normally we are going to use for the binary formats, we are going to use the x strings. Okay. So this is the different kind of data types, very very important, guys. So my statement is, data types doesn't have any, whenever you execute the program, data types doesn't have any memory allocations. Suppose if you want to store the value, I need to have any memory allocation. So whenever you run the program, so what is the SAP, guys? SAP stands for, not only SAP, any software language is designed for the purpose of the software languages. So always, most of the times it's in a data processing only, right? So whatever, whether is a web or anything, any software if you see, it's in a data processing. And so whenever you want to process the data, so something should be, some memory should be allocated in the in the application level, or in the runtime execution, there should be a memory. So if you want to have a memory allocation, data types doesn't have any memory allocation. So data objects will have the memory allocation, guys. So data objects will have the memory allocations in the runtime execution of the program. Runtime execution of the program. So these are basics, guys. Please concentrate. So if you understand this, it will be very easy to write the ABAP programs. Okay, data objects will have the memory for the runtime execution of the program, guys. Suppose if I want to, I will use some mathematics here, simple, and I have an x and my value equal to 5. My value equal to 5. So here what exactly the x is the variable, right? X is the variable where I am going to store the value 5. Suppose if I want to store the value 5, I need to have a memory allocation for the x, guys. I need to have a memory allocation for the x. So how can you provide a memory allocation? I need to have a data objects, and if you want to have a data object, the keyword is the data. The keyword is the data, guys. So data, you need to, so if you want to print the value, what is the keyword we have used in the last program? Write is the keyword. And if you want to have a data object, so the keyword is the data, guys. Now you tell me data. So my object is data object is x. So where you are going to store the value? In x only, right? My value is x. And so even so the object will have different technical characteristics. So what kind of value you are storing, what kind of value you are storing, what kind of value you are storing, integer value you are storing, guys. So my type of this data, my type is the keyword, and it's the type of an integer, guys. Type of an integer. So this is the declaration for the data objects. So now you see my x is the data objects, and what type of field it is? It's an integer field, guys. It's an integer field. It's a data objects, guys. Very, very important. Now you can see in x how many values I can store. In x, how many values I can store. In x, how many values I can store. In x, how many values I can store. Only one value I can store it, guys. Maybe I need one more data objects, data, and I have an y, and it's an also type of integer. And now I'm going to store the value in y, and y equal to, maybe I can pass 6. So 6 is the value, guys. Okay, 6 is the value. So next what I need to do is I'm going to do an arithmetic operation. My z equal to x and plus and y, guys. Why I am keeping the space always? So ABAP is in a space sensitive, that's why I'm using the space. And z equal to x plus y, and x equal to 5, and y is equal to 6, and z equal to x plus y. And what is the value? 5 plus 6, 11. But if you want to store the 11 in the z, what we need to have? What we need to have? Even we need to have a data object for the z, and z type, it's the integer, guys. So this is a data objects. So data objects will have the memory allocation. If you want to store the value in the variables, you should be having a data objects. And here the data objects, the object have the capability to store only single values. So if it stores only single values, that object we are going to call, it's a variable, guys. It's a variable. This kind of data objects we are going to call, it's a variables. Hmm. This kind of data objects we are going to call, it's a variables. Now tell me what exactly the variable, and it can store only single values. It can store only, the capability of the variable is we can store only single values, guys. See, I can input only single value. Here I can input only single values, guys. I can input only single values. This my, yeah. It's not a single length. Single value means, yeah. So maybe I can store like this, no problem. The value is only single, not a single digit, guys. I am not telling single digit. It's not a single digit. It's a single value. Only one value I can store it, guys. So that's an a variable. You got it? Only single values only we can store it. Maybe suppose if I want to store in the same, I need to store 1,000 and 20,000 and 30,000 in a single shot. It's not possible at all. It's not possible at all. In single shot I need to have a name 10,000, 20,000, and 30,000. It's not possible. I can store only single value. That's a name variable. Single field and single value. It's a name variable, guys. Maybe we'll try with first, and I will take you to the next level. First, we'll try with a different kind of data types, and we'll see the program what exactly it is. So maybe I will go to the next program. My next program is the data objects. This is my next program, and create and demo for data objects. From today you need to practice, guys. So the practice sessions are started from today. You need to practice, otherwise you will not understand anything from tomorrow. So from today the practice sessions are started, so you should practice, otherwise you will not understand anything, guys. When listening it is very sweet, guys, but when it is implementing, it is what you can say, it is hot, not hot. Weapon ఏమంటారబ్బా చేదుని English, I don't know. Huh? Better, yeah. So when it is implementing, it's better. So always practice. And maybe I need same kind of example, data x, and my type is, it's an integer, and I have a data y, and my type is integer, and I have a data and z, and type is integer. And guys, what I am doing here, 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 I am defining data multiple times. So I am defining data multiple times. So can I have with only one statement, one keyword? Can I define this with one keyword? Yes, I can define it. What is the concept of defining with single keyword? So what I did in the right statement, what I did in the right statement, what I did in the right statement, I keep in a colon, guys. I keep in a colon. Colon is a grouping of your keywords into the single keyword, guys. That's why always I, whenever I start my ABAP, I always use the symbols, guys. So symbols are very, very important. Now we have used period, already we have used the colon, and also we are going to use the comma now. So I am going to use the colon to group the same kind of statements. And also, so this statement is not ended here. I'm going to use the comma, and here also this statement is not ended, and but in the end it is ended. It's an a period, guys. That's an a way of writing the program. So now it's simple, right? So you can write, you can build the above programs, right? You can build the above programs, right? Yes, you can build, anyone can build it, guys. Just there are some methods and formulas we need to follow. So everybody in this world will have, everybody will have same kind of brain, but the utilization is the different kind of utilization we are doing. So everybody can do anything, ABCD. So the concept is anybody can develop, guys. So this is the concept, anybody can develop. Just we need to have a p cube technology. Okay, just the p cube here, ppp. Okay, one p is the prepare, and another p is the practice, and another p is the get perfection, guys. So this technology we need to follow. Everybody can develop the anything, guys. That's the thing. And see, this is my data objects. So x type integer, y type integer, and z type integer. Maybe I'm going to do the next thing is I need to assign the values, guys. It's like same kind of mathematics. So here I'm going to introduce the next concept is the assignment operators. What kind of assignments we can do with the ABAP? So so the concept we are going to call, it's an assignment operators, and assignment operators. So we have assignment operators. So one operator is the equal is the one of the assignment operator, guys. Equal is the one of the assignment operator, and another one is the move is the one of the assignment operators, guys. There are two kinds of assignments we have. One is the equal symbol, and another one is the move is the keyword, guys. Move the value from here to there. Okay, so the it's a English like keywords. Move is the statement, guys. Now you tell me, how can you assign the values? So how can I assign the values? Maybe my x, I need to assign some value. I'm going to assign the value 11 for the x. And here I'm assigning the values. Why I need to assign the value? Maybe 29 is my y value, guys. This is the assignment operators. And I'm going to assign the values. And my values are x equal to the what is the value 11, and another one is I can use assign the values by using move statement as well. Move 29 to my y. So this is also one more assignment value, guys. So I can use the equal statement as well as I can use the keyword move keyword, guys. So these two statements we are going to call, it's an a assignment operators. We are going to call these operators are assignment operators, guys. That's an a assignment operators. Maybe you can see here, and I did it in two ways, guys, uh, 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 to know how what are the assignment operators. For x I have used equal operator, and y I have used the uh, move statement. And I am going to have my arithmetic operations here also. So arithmetic, I'm going to show the arithmetic operations, guys. So tell me, so what are all the arithmetic operations we have? Tell me what are all the arithmetic operations we have? Tell me, yeah, addition, subtraction, and multiplication and division. And see, guys, here there is a statement arithmetic operation, and I need to do an addition. So I'm giving some text. It's not a code, guys, it's a text. Arithmetic operations, addition, it's my text. And my arithmetic operation is z, and space abap is space sensitive, and equal space, and x space, and addition is the plus symbol, in the mathematics. And next one is the y, and this is my end, guys. And I'm going to save the program. I'm going to do the syntax check. See, guys, I'm getting some error y. 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 Huh? What is this? This is a normal text, right? So this text, I'm using this text only for your reference, guys. I'm doing the arithmetic operations, and so this is my only text which is used for the reference purpose. So this kind of things what we need to do is, so we should not, it's not a executable statement, it's not a executable statement. So if you want to provide some references, if it is not a executable statement, what we need to do, what we need to do, so I need to do a comment, guys. How can you comment this? Huh? Comment, yeah, the first letter is the star. That is the one of the thing. So you can put the first letter star. It will be commented. But if you want to, no one will put the first letter star. Just control and less than, it will be commented. And come here, control and less than, it will be commented. Suppose if you want to comment the code, you need to use the control and less than, guys. So this is a text which should not be executed. So I don't want to execute this text, so I need to comment that text. And z equal to x plus y, guys. So this is my z, and maybe I am going to write my result. My result is, now see, guys, in the previous program I did a name some hard coding like this, SAP world like this and this. So I printed in a hard coded text, right? But now I have the value in the data object z. Now I have the value in the data object z. So I need to print the z. Just just come here and write my value print z, guys. So it is going to print the value of z over here. So are you clear here? Are you clear? Any doubts? Are you clear? So before I add coded value I have printed. Now this is the z value which is in a calculated value, which is in a calculated value, and a data object. I can say it's in a data objects. I can print directly the data objects as well. Here my value is z, my result is z. I'm going to print the result x plus y in the output. And this is my no syntax errors, and execute, and execute, guys. Maybe execute. Now you see, now my value is 40. 11 plus 29 is 40. So it's a rigid value. Maybe I can provide some colors to this. And maybe what I am going to do is here I'm going to add some text. Addition of two numbers. And since it is in a text, it's in a text and literal, I'm keeping inside the single quotes, and this is in a separate value. I need to put in a comma, and I am printing the z over here. And see now, addition of two numbers is addition of two numbers, maybe r. So it's my z, guys. Now you can see the output. I am printing the combination of hard coded value or text and as well as my dynamic value z, guys. And here you can see and execute the output. Now you can see addition of two numbers are 40, guys. Addition of two numbers are 40. And maybe I will give the some colors and format and color and file and print it and print it and execute. Now my color is addition of two numbers are 40, guys. And next you tell me what I can do. What I can do, maybe I can use the same data object. Maybe I can do the uh, subtraction, and I'm going to do any subtraction y minus x. This is my subtraction, right? And maybe I will give the some text comment, and it's my subtraction, and this is my subtracted value z equal to y minus x, and print the value, right? And my value is uh, uh, s- uh, what is it, subtraction of two numbers, or maybe my value is z, right? And this is my value, guys. This is my value. And execute now. See, guys, subtraction of two numbers are, guys, here every line is printing in a green color, but I would like to print, yeah, wait, I would like to print the next line in a another color. So if you want to print next line in another color, so what you need to do is, so first off the color. So this is my color, and off the color here, print that and format color off. So just it will print this with a 5 color. 5 means green color. Again, if you want to print another color, format color, maybe my color is 6 is the color code, and I am going to do again format color of, guys. I am going to print one line in one color, in another line in another color, guys, and activate and print. Now you can see first is in the green color and second line is in the red color, guys. So this is the format color syntax. So with format color we can apply the colors, and with right we can print the values on the output, and with the data objects we can provide a memory to your variables. That's an a data objects, guys. That's an a data objects. And what is the time now? Yeah, 9:19. So next one is we can do the multiplication. So you already know what exactly multiplication. So multiplication, guys. So in computer world, what is the symbol for the multiplication? Yeah? Star. Perfect. So what is the technical term for the star? What is the star? Star. What is the star? What is, yeah? Yes. Asterisk. Uh, Irfan spelling is same. Huh? CK, right? KC. Ast ASTRA. Yes. Asterisk. Asterisk. Yeah. Star is the symbol for the multiplication. The actual is the asterisk, and this is the multiplication. And now I am going to apply the another color format and color, and maybe 7, and next and right, what is this, next multiplication of two numbers, and that is Z guys. So see guys, what I am doing here, I am doing a addition, same variable I am using guys for the result purpose, and that means what exactly that mean. So I am using addition also Z, I am using subtraction also Z, I am using multiplication also the result as an Z. So what is the what it is doing SAP, what it is doing. So sometimes sorry, what it is doing, it is replacing the, I am reusing, perfect. So the exact is the, I'm reusing the data object for my result, and the new value it is replacing with the existing value guys. I can reuse it, I can reuse the data objects also guys. And this is my multiplication of two numbers is the Z, and format color of guys maybe. So so I know how to write the code, so maybe I can do any copy paste because I would like to complete the arithmetic operations. And it's my division, and it's my division, and also the symbol, that's it, this is my symbol for the division. And so the division of two numbers, division of two numbers is Z guys. Maybe activate the program and execute the program. Now you can see addition of two numbers 40 and subtraction 29 minus 11 18, and 11 into 29 319, and 29 by 11, 29 by 11 guys 0. Why it's doing like this, why it's doing like this, why it's doing like this, why it's doing like this. 29 sorry, x by y, right, I put x by y, sorry. So x means it's an a into zeros, sorry, 11 uh, by 29 and equal to the, so 0.37 guys. So 0.37, what SAP is doing, what SAP is doing. So my result is, my result is sorry, my result is 0.37. What SAP is doing, what SAP, this is displaying your 0. Why it is displaying. So the behavior of the integer is, integer I cannot have the decimals. So SAP what it will do is, if it is an integer it will round off the values guys. So it will round off the values, round off the values. In mathematics, what is the formula for the round off, what is the formula for the round off in the mathematics. So if it is less than zero point 0.5, it will round off to the 0. If it is, if the value is greater than zero point 0.5, it will round off to the 1 guys. That's a mathematics. Even here the integer also doing the same thing. So 0.37 is the less than the zero point 0.5, so the it is rounding off to the 0. And if it is greater than zero point 0.5, the result is greater than zero point 0.5, it is going to round off to the 1 guys. That's a name integer behavior. So integer doesn't take decimals. And suppose if you want to take the decimals exactly this value as in a decimal, what I need to do, tell me. So maybe I will change this data objects to the P, and I'm going to declare one more variable data objects with the P and the type P and decimals, decimals 2 guys. I'm going to take the two decimals. Suppose if you want to print exact value, I should take it as a decimal, and I'm going to put the results over here P and execute and execute and execute. Now you can see point two decimals, it is rounded up to the 0.38. Maybe the value is 0.37, 379, it's greater than 5, so it makes the 7 as an 8 guys. That's an mathematics. And see, maybe some people are confusing here. So type P means, do I declare my data object only with the P? No guys. So here the reference types are the existing codes you need to use. This is whatever your, it's in your choice guys. Whatever the name you want, you can keep that name. Maybe I will use this name as Pravas. Yes, I can use the Pravas. and I can take that value, and here I can take as an a Prabhas. Yes, I can print with the Prabhas as well, guys. So this is my sorry, Prabhas is unknown, so maybe spelling mistake I did, and so maybe no problem. PRABHAS yeah, T is addition, and this data objects is your choice case. Whatever the name you want, you can keep the names, and the here it's a data object name, your choice. But the reference it should be the type data type. It should be the data type. The reference should be the data type. The code is here CNIP. So it should be the predefined data types we are going to call. But the names, the data objects name are your choice. Whatever you want to print, you want to take that you can take it, guys. Now you can see it's in a 0.38, guys. So that's it for today. Do you have any questions? Do you have any questions? So we are going to start the programming from the zero. This is the zero level we started, and slowly we'll go to the, we are going to deep dive into the program. So these are all the fundamentals in the mathematics. 0 1 2 3, first we'll learn numbers, then we'll learn the arithmetic operations, then we'll learn the tables, then we'll learn the what you can say, what is even number, what is odd number. Then we'll go to the different kind of concepts in the mathematics. In the same way here also we start from the basics, and later we'll go the first 30 classes, 30 into almost 60 hours of the class fundamentals. Later we are going to the actual concepts of the ABAP, guys. So uh, that's the style of teaching over in the EDG technologies, and you will see a lot of interesting concepts in the future. So it's a normal ABAP GUI coding. Even you see the UI coding, you see the UI apps, you see the analytical apps, you see the mission learning algorithm apps also in the future, guys. That's our total entire course you are going to see over here, guys. So after you learn the course, definitely you are going to get the jobs with good amount of package, not less than, not less than 4 lakhs, guys, not less than 4 lakhs. Okay, for the freshers I am talking about here, but experience, so it's all your capabilities. Based on your capabilities you can get the packages, guys. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you, bye bye, see you tomorrow.